And then, so if you have an interest in that particular vendor, then what you do is you take that contact information, and then after this is over, you can call them up and then talk to them. What with the Love Thy Neighbor Foundation has done is we're going to tell you stuff like, if you don't brush your teeth, you're going to have a heart attack. You know, there's something like that, because I told, you know, I want a dentist to come in and explain that at some point. But the fact is that your dental, if you have problems with your teeth, that it can affect your health. Then the dermatology, you should go see a dermatologist every so often.
The volume won't go up at all.
We got
Daddy can take you out if you want to go.
Oh, hey, do we have the power to like,
Yeah, yes,
you have the power?
Maybe a little later, huh?
To turn someone off? That's cool. Yeah, so then, where was I talking about?
Dermatologist.
Oh, dermatology. Yeah, because, you know, the skin and having things that are on you can lead to other problems, skin cancer, etc. So I'm going to be kind of quick with these things, but if you don't know about GoGo Grandparent, and because it's your first time, then give Eileen a call, 562-6666. And then, because it's something that you should be aware of and you should know about. Any vets, if you know any vets that have any problems, Vets Nets, it's an awesome place. I think it's on 63rd and National, but right across the street from the VA. But that's something that you should be aware of. If you don't, call 562-6666. 2 o'clock in the morning, don't matter, whenever you call. And then if you don't know about File of Life, and there's a new File of Life that they're asking you now to carry on your person besides. Yeah. But the one is, you know, you put on on a refrigerator, because if something has happened, and trust me, and they are really very, what they're
paramedics.
For, yeah, the paramedics want you to have this, because when they come, they go to the refrigerator and they look to see, and then if you have all of your medications, it makes it so easy, and then you don't have to be trying to do that yourself. So I want to open with the Pledge of Allegiance. So I think that everybody should unmute themselves. Have we got a vet in that group? When I'm at home, I can go see other people too, because I'm looking at the same faces all the time. So,
Well, that's everybody. They just don't have.
yes, can you unmute everybody? Do you have the power to do that?
Everybody's unmuted except Nancy.
Because I want to do this together.
Okay.
This is this is because this is our first time.
Are we going to stand?
Well, yeah, you guys can stand.
You're not going to stand.
I can't. Well, I could. Maybe I can stand. I do it. I did it. I may not be able to sit down again, but
You're the veteran, I guess.
I pledge allegiance
Allegiance to the
To the
flag
flag
of the
United States of America
America.
and
and
to
to
the
to the
And the
republic
republic
for which it
for which
stands,
it stands,
one
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 nation,
nation,
under
God,
God,
with
indivisible
liberty
indivisible,
and justice
with liberty
liberty,
and
and
justice for all.
for all.
Okay, and then stay standing just a second here, because I think together we're going to say a prayer. Let's say that there's still people muted there. And I want to say a prayer together. Our Father,
Our Father,
art in heaven,
who art in heaven,
heaven,
thy name.
hallowed
hallowed
be
be
hallowed be
name,
thy name,
thy
thy
kingdom
kingdom
come,
come,
thy
thy
will
thy
be
will be
done
done
on
on
earth
earth
as it is in heaven.
heaven.
Give us
Give
Give
us
us
our
this
day
day our
our
daily
daily
bread,
bread,
And
and
forgive
forgive
us
us our
our
trespasses,
trespasses
as
as we
as
forgive
we forgive those who
trespass
trespass
against
against us.
us.
and lead us
And
not
lead
into
us not into
Into
temptation,
temptation,
but
deliver us
deliver us
from
from evil.
for thine
Amen.
power, the glory, and forever. Amen. Now and forever.
Thank you. The technology doesn't work. You know, you guys, I'm talking to you, and you think that but it's going to the satellite and coming back. So it's like delayed. All of those people are a little delayed.
Maybe it's just
So-
you.
Don't take it personally.
Al, us.
Just age.
All right, should we get going?
Yes, I'm going. 10%. Don't forget when you go to Culver's, you get a 10% discount.
Okay.
And they don't tell you about it. You have to ask. So,
Okay.
we could.
Okay. All right. I'd like to, one of our special speakers today is Alita with the Social Security Administration. We asked her to kind of pop in and tell us about what's going on with scams targeting seniors. Alita?
Hi, good afternoon. It's nice to see everybody. I'll just keep it very brief. We are still hearing a lot about the scams that, the calls that people are receiving. And we are also getting the calls from people after they've given out the information and now they're worried because they didn't realize it was a scam. So the calls that are coming from these scammers are people that are asking you to give them personal information, telling you that there's some kind of fraudulent activity on your Social Security number. The only way to fix it is by verifying your information against the person calling. So once you give them your information, then it's too late. So be very, very careful when anybody calls you asking for any personal information. Hang up. If you have no business with Social Security, then we're not going to be calling you. If you do have something pending with us, then it's okay to hang up and call us directly to verify, that it's one of us that are calling. Social Security will never call and threaten you. We will never call and tell you that there's a warrant for your arrest. We will never ask you to send us payment using a debit card or a gift card, because that's what the scammers are saying. We won't call you and ask you for all your information. If you call us, we will ask you to identify yourself, but we won't call you just cold calling you to verify your bank account or anything. So just be very careful. Continue to, to make sure that the people that you are giving the information are legitimately calling from Social Security. Take care of your Social Security number. Don't carry it around in your purse. Whenever somebody asks you for your number and you're going to give it out, make sure that you quietly whisper it or write it down, and make sure you take that paper with you. So guard your Social Security number, be very vigilant. The calls and the scammers are getting smarter. And if you have some time, if you receive one of these calls, go on our website, socialsecurity.gov, and report it, because this is the way the Office of the Inspector General keeps track of the type of scam calls that people are receiving. So
Alita, can you put that information in the chat so then
I can put my information, my direct information in the chat, and I will put the link to our website on there too.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
because, and then since this COVID thing, it seems, I know more people that got called and fell for that.
Yeah.
They're so good at what they do. And we all think, oh, that won't happen to me. They're very good at what they do. So
Yes, so tell your neighbors, tell your family, because we are still getting people that have been taken advantage of because they never heard about these scams. So spread the word, please.
If I don't recognize the phone number, I don't answer. And if they tell me whatever they're selling or something, and I just don't call them back.
Yeah.
So and it's come to that, which is an invasion of privacy. Yeah, it really bothers me. But incidentally, thank you so much. I heard I'm getting a raise.
Yes, there is a cost of living. They just announced it. It's 1.3%, and that will take that will take effect January of 2021.
So we thank you for doing that.
Thank you so much, Alita.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, Colleen's got a question.
I just have a question. I've received several texts lately in the last month asking me for my Medicare number. saying they want.
The
my
Medicare number it's just as important as your social security number. Don't share that number.
Yeah, I didn't, and I just didn't know why they would want my Medicare number. How, what are they gonna scam me? How with that? I don't know, but people should be aware that's maybe a new one.
Can you guys hear her okay? Can you hear Colleen?
Yeah, okay.
All right, and then you take the mask off though when you're gonna talk.
No.
She's got her mask. on. Okay. All right. Any more questions for Alita?
No,
Okay.
no. but-
Thank you, Alita.
Oh,
Um,
you're welcome. Thank you.
But she, not a question, but just, please come back all the time.
Oh, I will. Keep inviting me and I will keep coming back. And I will give you my number and call me anytime you need anything.
Thank you so much.
Oh, boy, that's.
You're
that's-
welcome.
Thank you.
All right.
Mhm.
Next, I want to introduce Heather from Eris Senior Network. Hey, Heather. Thanks for
Hi.
joining.
Well, thank you so much for having me. Yes, so my name is Heather, and I work with ERA's Senior Network. We are a nonprofit organization serving older adults in Waukesha County and Milwaukee County. We've been in Waukesha County since 1981, and as of April of 2019, we are now serving older adults in Milwaukee County through the Neighborhood Outreach Program, which was once a program of the former agency Interfaith Older Adult Programs. Our mission is to engage and support seniors, adults with disabilities, and family caregivers in leading meaningful lives. And we do this by providing basic needs services at no charge to our clients. So those services are provided by screened and trained volunteers and include rides to medical appointments, grocery shopping, and the delivery of food and help with seasonal yard work. And during COVID-19, we began a friendly wellness call program as a way to engage older adults and to ensure that their basic needs were met. So volunteers call, make sure that folks have enough food and medication, but also stay on the phone to chat, which helps our clients feel a little bit less lonely during this time of isolation. Since the start of the program, we've placed over 15,000 calls to 1,600 older adults. So thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you, Heather. Did you put your information in the chat also?
I will. So I'm going to put in our two main numbers, which people can call if they want supportive services, and also our website if folks want to become a volunteer.
Okay, thank you.
The thing with Eris is it's so difficult for us to have you on and ask you to only speak for a minute because you have so many things that you do. A lot of people, of course, it was interfaith at one time, and we always thought of interfaith as just being someone that they take people to the doctor, but they do so much more. And now that you guys have changed your structure and you have other, there's it's like 11 groups now that are doing all the things that they used to do before. Yes, so in any event, but if anyone has anything, they could contact you and you would know in what direction to put them in.
Correct.
Okay, that's a good thing. Is there any way that they can get a brochure with a list of all of the things that Eris does?
You know, I don't think our brochure is completely up to date right now. We are working on a newer one, but I think the most comprehensive information is going to be on our website, which I'm about to put in the chat.
Okay, all right.
Heather, I have a question.
Yeah.
I volunteer at the West Bend, Washington County Interfaith location. So are you part of that organization?
No, so we're all separate agencies. We do partner with Washington County on our Drive, Give, Serve campaign, and we have been providing some of our information about frauds and scams to other agencies that are part of the Faith in Action statewide network. So they are a part of that. So that's kind of how we collaborate. But other than that, we are separate.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Heather.
Okay, Nancy Towell. All right, take off, put off your speaker thing. What is that called? Unmute. Okay, good. Tell us what Eris means. What does that mean? ARAS.
So we're here for seniors in all eras of their life. It's meant to be like the word eras, but also it's an acronym: engage, relate, advocate, and support.
Yeah. They had to memorize that to get the job, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, well, thank you, Heather, for joining us and putting your information in the chat. The other services that are joining us, some of them have brought gift cards to give away that we're gonna raffle off. And, okay, so yeah, hold up your gift card or hold up your, when you speak, let us know. And what we're doing is we're taking your names down, those of you that are not services, and putting them in a bucket. And then we'll pick out the name, whoever wins the gift card, okay? Don't give us your contact information. Call us after the workshop and leave your mailing address and we'll mail you the gift card, okay? Just for privacy reasons. All right? Yeah.
We could just keep them and say we
Well,
forgot.
they didn't do it. Okay, so if you're doing a gift card, let us know before you speak. All right.
We could keep the gifts and say we forgot.
We wouldn't do that. We're love thy neighbor. Come on. All right. Should we start at the top left with Steve Schultz?
Steve Schultz, you have to
unmute
unmute
yourself.
yourself. Can you unmute him?
Unmute. There we go. You can hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, good. My wife wishes I was probably muted all the time, but nonetheless. Good afternoon. My name is Steve Schultz. I am a home equity specialist with Mutual of Omaha and our new initiative, Care Funding Solutions. The purpose of Care Funding Solutions is to work with seniors and in-home care providers to explore the many options available to pay for the costs of that care. We look at state, federal, and county programs, VA benefits, grants. We look at the funds available through personal savings and investments, as well as home equity wealth. My services are free, and I am available to meet with people in their homes by Zoom or by telephone to discuss the many options that are there. My name again is Steve Schultz. My phone number is area code 414-418-2461, and my email is sschultz@Mutual Mortgage.
Thank you, Steve. And will you please put your information in the chat also?
Yes, I will. Thank you.
Yeah, this is very interesting what you do because your company and the people that you are working with have really streamlined what you do. So if you have any interest in this at all and want to know about it, because what you do when you come out and you do an assessment of people, that's free.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So but it's very interesting all of the new things that make it more what would you call that, user friendly.
It is, and Care Funding Solutions is the new initiative that's really exciting to work with seniors to explore how to pay for that in-home care. We look at it from A to Z, what fits your situation best, including home wealth, because I am also a reverse mortgage specialist.
But what I liked about it is that if you could pick how much you need each month, because in the winter months you might need more money and then you would in other months, so that you're not just set a certain amount all the time. And that's a good. To me, that's a good feature.
Very good.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Steve. All right. Next we have Lisa from Yorkshire Insurance. And
Hi,
Lisa has a
everyone.
giveaway, right?
Yes, I'll start off with that. I do have a $10 Starbucks gift card and be happy to send that off to whoever wins. Yes, I'm Lisa Dragney. I own actually two businesses, Yorkshire Insurance Advisors and Yorkshire Financial Advisors. I'm a certified financial planner, and one of the things that differentiates me from the others, I would say, is the long-term care planning that I do for all of my clients. Not only are we looking at, insurance as a funding option, but what is the best option and what is the plan? So that's what I help focus on with all of my clients. And my general client is a senior 60 and over. That's the area of planning I am focusing on. So if anybody would like an initial consultation just to see what we can offer and how we can help, I'm happy to do that. And of course, there's no charge.
Thank you, Lisa. Would you please put your information in the chat also?
Yes, I did that already ahead because then that way it was there.
Okay, thank you. All right, and then,
She's the one with the book?
no, she's not the one with the book.
Okay.
So, can you just just briefly about the life insurance plan that where we talked about how if you have a whole life insurance plan and
Yes.
you can't afford to pay it anymore, or it's just getting too difficult to pay.
Yep, I'm really trying to get the word out as a way potentially to fund, as Steve has talked about too, to fund a long-term care need or retirement in general. If you have a life insurance policy that you don't need anymore, can't afford to keep, just don't want anymore, I want everybody to know there is an option to sell it. Not everybody qualifies, but if you are 65 and older and the policy has a death benefit of 100,000 or more, whether it's term or permanent, they both could qualify. Give me a call and I do a free assessment to see if that's something that could be advantageous to you to sell, because sometimes people let their policies go not knowing it's an option. Maybe they only had $1,000 left in the policy and that's all they got when they let it go. But they didn't know that if they sold it, they could have got 100,000 or 200,000. It just depends on their situation, but it breaks my heart to see people let policies go not knowing that they possibly could have sold it, because here in Wisconsin, they don't tell you that you have alternatives. And so they're happy to just let you get your 100,000 or the 1,000 instead of what you could get. So that's, please feel free to reach out if you have a policy you'd like to know if could be sold.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Okay, Christina's going to pull a name for the gift card. She's over here.
I wanted to talk about that just a second.
Okay.
And because that seems to be a hot new topic. I'm watching news and television, and that's coming up more than it has ever in the past. So something is happening there that is making it, because it's something I suppose that they want the people to know about.
The
So
investors,
if there's an interest in that, both of these subjects that you do, you know, if we gave you a long time, it's very hard to. But what you want to do is you want to go have people at your house talking to them individually, and you're talking about their situation, and then it becomes very interesting to them, and it takes you about an hour and a half to figure out what you're going to do. Is that right?
that would be very accurate, yes.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Yvonne, you won a $10 gift card from Starbucks. So when we're done, call and leave your mailing address, and congratulations. All right. Our next speaker, are we ready? Our next speaker, well, we'll just go according to who's next. Nancy Towell.
Nancy's the book.
Nancy's got the book. Okay, and you can unmute yourself, Nancy.
Can you unmute her?
There she
All
is.
right, it was being difficult for a minute.
Okay.
So this is the book that goes out to everyone who is on Medicare every year. And it's extremely confusing. And it's one of the reasons that I have job security, because I can help people cut through all the information to help them understand what their options are. And my job as a broker is that I can look through many of the different companies and the different products to help you understand which one is going to cover you the best for your situation. I often say that it has to do with your health, your income, and your lifestyle. And that helps me know what options are going to be best for you. Al asked me to find this book, and I had a little trouble finding it because I represent so many different companies with so many different types of products. So my goal is to save you money and get you the best coverage possible. And I work for Health Markets Insurance. You'll probably see commercials because we're a national company, but I'm this little independent lady here in West Allis. And I work with all of the state of Wisconsin, but I do Wisconsin only because I want to be the best at just Wisconsin. So if I can help in any way, give me a call. And open enrollment is October 15th today until December 7th. And that's when you can join a Medicare plan, switch your Medicare plans, evaluate what you have. And there's other people turning 65 that need my help to know what to start with. So I put my information in the chat box. And does everyone know how to save the chat? I have a public service for you.
Okay.
So if you're on an iPhone, it's a little harder, but in the chat box at the bottom on the right-hand side, there's 3 little dots. And if you click on those 3 little dots, it will open up and say save chat. And if you click on that, I do it a couple of times through the Zoom call. When you get to the end, after you close out the Zoom, a box will show up and say, here's your chat. And you can open it, see what everybody said and what everybody put into the chat.
Where does the chat go?
It actually saves to a file on your computer. And I always go in and open it up and then save it to where I know how to find stuff because it's not so easy to save. It might go in documents.
Okay.
But then you can see everything that everybody put into the chat and have those good contact phone numbers.
If you're on a PC and you know how to go to documents, it'll be under a folder called Documents, Zoom, and then it may say love thy neighbor and today's date .text.
Yep.
Interesting. Thank you,
Is
Nancy.
it possible that you could just take a pencil and paper and write it down?
No, because
Yes.
there's too much information here.
Yes, you could. For those of the people who are on here who are serving other seniors, please don't hesitate all year round to contact me if you have questions for unusual situations. I have a reputation for being able to help those very difficult Medicare clients.
All right. Thank you, Nancy. And you brought a gift card, $25
Yep.
gift card, and Christina's going to pull a name. Some of you I can't see, Susie and Mary and Carol. And iPhone, I don't know who iPhone is, but we wrote you down. Shirley, who's the winner is? Richard. Richard, you won a $25 gift card. Where are you? There.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. That's from Nancy.
Do I need to send a address or something?
When
Send it-
we're done, call the 414-562-6666 and leave your mailing address. So then we keep that private, okay?
Oh, what's that number again?
414-562-6666.
It's right down here isn't it on our
Yes,
thing?
it's
It's right there,
backwards.
just backwards, that's all.
414-562-6666.
Right.
Got it.
Are you gonna jump in?
Thank you for bringing the book, Nancy. I appreciate that. I like that. I had a group of people of 130 people at the Rand Dots, and I held that book up and asked how many people read it. And I only had one hand, Colleen Feckmeyer. Could you believe it? She says, "Oh, I read it." Okay, but the people don't. And they need someone like you. And it's what you do is free, and it's the same as what Lisa does. Is you got to be at the table, and then it's extremely interesting to you because you're customizing and I'm so grateful for what they did because I had some huge expenses from doctors, and I didn't have to pay anything. So that really is a good thing.
All right. Next, Richard, did you want to talk about your class
Maria.
Oh, Marie, I got a question, Marie?
Yes, I just wanted to point out that I don't get the paper document. I'm strictly online. And when I looked at the document that said all of the doctors that are in the 2021 plan, only one of my many doctors were listed, which would have given the impression that most of my doctors are not in the plan. However, I went to a different site, and there I could find my doctors were, in fact, all in the plan. So the documents are not in sync. They may need people like you to help them through that, or they may need to make phone calls. But if you simply see that your doctor's not in the plan, don't trust that that's true. That's my only point. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Good to know. Richard, did you want to talk about your group a little, just for a minute?
I sure do. Am I on the clock?
You're on the clock. Got 1 minute.
All right. Hello, everybody. I'm Richard Duran, president of WAC, which stands for Wisconsin All Computer Users Club. And we began about 40 years ago when personal computers came along, and now we're mostly retired seniors. We used to meet in person, but now, like you, we meet online for our meetings via Zoom. And we talk about computers, and now we talk about also consumer devices like phones and tablets. And we play games online, including bingo, which is how we found out about you guys. Our meetings are usually on Thursday evenings, and at one of our meetings we have an online presentation about a computer topic. We have some capable people we can refer members to for repairs, upgrades, and setups. We emphasize computer security and scam protection and prevention. We have 2 monthly publications of which we offer free copies to prospective members, and 3, not 1 or 2, but 3 free visits to meetings. And if anybody's interested in getting more out of their computer or device and joining a club of similar folks, please send me an email and I'll get information to you. My email address is in the chat. It's rgdurand@yahoo.
He said 1, 2, 3. You get what?
You get 3 visits to one of our meetings.
Before you have to join.
Right.
Oh,
So it's a social club, and what's good about it is technology, unless you go to your kids or grandkids, if they're around, you don't know what to do with the capabilities of your phone, your computer, So that group can help you, and it's something to do. It's a group you can talk to and socialize with and have fun, right?
Exactly. We help each other because we're not really nerdy, geeky people. We're just average folks like you. We're consumers and users, and we can relate, I think, better than the experts can. So and we help each other, and we also have emphasize social interrelationships. We used to have a lunch at Old Country Buffet, and we send sympathy cards and get well cards, and we remember everybody's name.
That's
We're
awesome.
a friendly group.
Thank you, Richard.
do you ever kick anybody out because they're too dumb?
Not because they're too dumb. That's never happened.
Oh.
You got to be, well, I think those people leave on their own.
You gotta be.
All right.
They would kick me out.
They would kick you out. Could be the first.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Richard, so much.
Well, I guess my time's up. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Sean McComb from Right at Home. Thanks for joining us today.
Hey guys. Hey everybody, how you doing? So Sean McComb, I'm the owner and the business director of Right at Home. We serve much of Milwaukee County with a comprehensive set of in-home care services. Examples would be personal care, companion care, transitional care for seniors that may be going from their home into assisted living, memory care type facilities, or maybe even skilled nursing. So we have caregivers that go out into seniors' homes every day of the week, every hour of the day, and are basically, helping them with their daily living requirements. And, we really help seniors stay in their homes longer. A lot of seniors really want to stay in their homes as long as they can, especially during this COVID time. It's very clear that there's a lot of reticence in seniors moving into assisted living or even independent living, assisted living, or memory care senior environments. So anyway, we work with a variety of those entities with respect to transitional care, going into them, or even coming out of them. And somebody wants to move back home, which we are seeing in the last 6 months. I'm interested in really, my interest is networking and connecting, with others that are serving generally in this overall senior segment. And I've touched base with a couple of you here on the chat. So that's principally us. We have a care management team. We really focus on quality. Quality is a big thing in this segment, in this home care industry. That's a challenge. And nevertheless, quality is our real critical focus. We're a little less concerned about size and more concerned about doing the right thing for seniors.
Okay. Do you have a question?
Well, yes. In this day and time, you have the ability to help people that are frustrated with their relatives and loved ones being isolated in a home, and then can you take them home, and then sometimes, like in community living, that is their home, but there's a lot of people in homes now that are so isolated.
Yeah.
You got to feel sorry for them, because we're not talking about a couple of days. I'm here now. I'm out of my home. I'm with friends and love, and but I can't imagine what it would be like to be so isolated. You have a wherewithal to get people to come out and then go back in, or
Yeah.
to come out.
Yeah, clearly within their homes, right? As indicated earlier, we have caregivers going in and out of seniors' homes all the time. And
Really?
so they're really focused on assisting with those seniors. Their resilience, like you said, their resilience is lower. There's a lot of loneliness, candidly. We see that. I have done some shifts myself, and I see people are just really lonely. So there's more than the medical aspect. We are non-medical, but just like everybody here, we're people. There's a human element to this that has an important impact on their mental well-being too. So, just having somebody there, they really value that. Is as important as receiving, physical therapy or occupational therapy or otherwise, because we're really addressing the person.
Great. All right. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And did you put your information in the chat?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Thank you so
Thanks.
much. All right. Rick Menenges, you saved the best for last. Oh, I mute you. Oh, wait, we
Hold
can't
on.
hear you.
There
Start
we
over.
go. Okay, I just put my information into the chat. I do have a $10 Chick-fil-A gift card. And I want to thank you, Eileen, for giving me the plug. And just for that, I'm going to turn on my 1 minute clock. So, all right, here we go. Hit the start button. Hi, everyone. My name is Rick Menenges. I'm with Best Choice House Buyers. And as our logo, our branding name says, with patience and compassion, we buy houses. I personally specialize in working with seniors who are moving on to their next phase in their life. We buy houses in any condition, whether they need major repairs, a hoarder house, a house that is a pet smelling house, or whether or not the house is worth less than what is owed. We will buy the house in 10 days or less. So if you're in a slip and fall situation and you need to sell it quickly, we will be able to buy it. I also have a $1,000 referral reward program whereby if you refer somebody to us and we buy their house, we will give you $1,000. And that is a 1-minute presentation.
Very good.
Should I get an extra 30 seconds or no?
For being-
Okay.
I'll give you 30 seconds. Thank you so much. You've been a good friend to Love Thy Neighbor, and we had some calls where you helped some people with their problems and without actually selling their homes. And we truly appreciate that. You do much more than buying and selling homes. And you're also, we did meet people that gave testimony that when that time came and they didn't know what to do, that they could come to you and they could trust you. You're a good friend to Love Thy Neighbor. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Al. If I may say, just today, we closed on a house where we bought the person's house. The lender for their new house told them they couldn't lend the money until next April, like 6 months later. And I said, that's nuts. And I directed them to our lender and they were able to close today at 10 o'clock. And she was so grateful that, that we went above and beyond just buying their house, that we helped them move into their next house. So, we do lots of things.
Scary thing. Yeah, it's a scary thing to have to move, especially suddenly, or nobody's prepared.
Right.
We try to help people. Our goal at Love Thy Neighbor Foundation is to help you to think ahead, but most of us don't.
And
most of us don't think ahead.
we just bought their house, told them to take their personal stuff and leave everything else behind.
Yeah.
25 years worth of stuff that they're leaving behind.
Yeah, they just don't need. All right,
Yep.
Thank you, Rick. And Rick,
You're welcome.
we've pulled the gift card. It's for Carol. So Carol, we don't see you, but we see your name. So you won the $10 Chick-fil-A gift card from Best Choice.
Okay, there's Carol. She's on my lower left-hand corner. Okay.
Okay. All
Very
right. And Carol, call us after the workshop, 414-562-6666. And then you can leave your mailing address and we'll mail the card to you. I would like
It'll come from me.
It'll come from Rick. All right, we have one more presenter here. Madasser is going to come and take my place.
Hello, everyone. Am I allowed to remove this?
Yes, please
Good.
do.
Actually,
He just came from the operating room.
oh no, I'm not that kind of a doctor. We're just operating.
Oh, yes, he was operating.
Hey, Al, you know what I really wanted to talk about today,
Ah,
if you allow me to.
okay.
I was on a recent call about COVID and how things are going. And I heard very disturbing information, but I think we got to be very realistic what's going on. So I wanted to share one piece of information. What it is basically the Lilly trials. So if you know, Lilly is a pharmaceutical company making trials for the vaccination. So they have failed. So which is very scary. So what does that mean for all of us and how we are living? So COVID has done a good job of scaring, and I don't know if you've seen some signs in people's yard now, got you to, like, it's like the scary sign is, COVID scared all of us, this year. So, and even from Department of Human Services, and how now we're talking about seniors who are living in senior communities. And now that we are ranking #1 in the whole United States for COVID, this physician was saying that this might go on for another year because senior living communities are not going to open their door because of the DHS, and also not that they're not, because of the safety. I'm not just trying to, it's extremely important that we continue to wear our mask and shields because they want to make sure they are protecting the seniors. So this is a pivoting time for all us. 6 months in, or maybe 7 months in, we thought it will be behind us, and it's not. So we have to get used to what we are doing right now. and also make sure that doing things safely. Otherwise, we'll never open up, you know. Just thought I would mention that, and people, you know, might be expecting, and this was in the news like a couple weeks ago too, but I was on a conference call with the physician, and that's it, you know, it's coming from a physician who's doing a lot of research in this area. So we just have to pivot and try to modify things and, you know, get used to the new normal, you know?
I don't want to.
I know we don't want to. If we don't, then, you know, we might not exist, you know? But I also wanted to, you know, I think all the seniors who are here, I think you're adapting to technology, which is great. And I really appreciate Al doing the social isolation. You know, this, you know, we need to know this is the time we got to help each other one out. Just going beyond, you know, I have to sell something and stuff. And I know there's so many lovely people here. They're in the best interest of helping people. Because yeah, you know, Rick could have sold the house and it's like, that's your problem. I don't want to worry about it. But that's not it. You know, you can find another personable person, you know, and I worked with Nancy here quite a few times. She's like, hey, I have my patients there. They don't have secondary insurance. Can you help? I would say, hey, Nancy, here's the information. And she's the expert. She can help. I think we have to leverage among ourselves and help people. And that's the goal. And that's what Al wants to promote it. Because we are here for each other. We are all in this boat. We have to help our neighbors. We have to help our friends and everybody, you know, because we are experiencing that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. I think, you know, that's all I wanted to say today.
Well, tell us about you, what you do.
Well, you know what? That happens to us. And I'll tell you something about the Love Thy Neighbor. We have had other people that come on and tell us things that we should know. And then they say, well, and then they will not advertise their own self. But in this case, I want him to advertise his own self because he has helped me. It really changed my life, his operation there, and the way that he handled it. But time him, don't give him more than a minute, and do it, and then I'll tell you about what he really does.
You know what? I just want to talk about not what we do.
You're
but
moving closer to me.
Yeah.
Can they see that to you?
No, it's just I realized the camera is cutting my head off, but I'm right here.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, so I'm the owner and founder of Therapy at Home. We are a private practice provider providing physical, occupational, and speech therapy. And what we do, why we do, what we do is obvious. Why we do is more important. I really, just like Al, my passion is to make sure seniors, you know, are independent, strong, and active, and they can continue to thrive. You know what? You guys, all of us are working so hard to see those golden years. And if we cannot continue to enjoy and thrive, life is not worth it. Yes, we can modify it. We can modify, but we have to be in control. And that's what we do to help you physically and mentally strong. Because you might think, hey, brushing teeth is a simple task. But if you break it down, it could be so many tasks. You got to realize that, there's cognition, there's so much stuff. But at the end of the day, we want you to be independent and be in control. We accept most of the insurance, but not all the insurance. Our goal is to help you so you can, and there might be a scare. I think a lot of things, my practice have not stopped seeing people. We have seen people since April, and our employees get tested every 2 weeks. Guess how many? So for knock on wood, nobody have tested positive. So masks and shields are working. Let's continue to practice that. I really do promote that. I feel a little uncomfortable doing this, but the speaker doesn't work if you don't do that. All right. And hand washing, yeah. Thank you.
In-home therapy is the only way to go because for me, I can do it at any time. If I get up in the morning and I got a half a dozen, I don't have to be someplace. They looked at my house and took the furniture and the things in my own home and made that so that I could do all of my exercises there. And I do them every day. Every day I do what I'm supposed to do. And I feel a lot better for it. It's actually, it's trusted. It changed my life. I was gonna say, but I have to mention, one call, that's all. You call him up and you say, I would like to have in-home therapy. He calls the doctor, he makes the arrangements and sets it all up, takes care of your insurance. And that's another thing, it was insured.
Yeah.
I didn't even copay.
Yeah,
So
we,
it was-
we
it was
just take
very
care
good.
of it. Just call us. We will talk. You will understand your situation and we'll take care of the rest.
They're gonna think you're a crook, you wear a mask when you.
I know, I do cook.
And he helped us set up all this equipment today that we had a lot of trouble with today. So thank you very much.
Not a problem. Thank you
You're
very
a good
much.
friend too to the people.
All right.
So,
Hey, we did it and it's 2:00.
yes, it's 2 o'clock. So here's the thing. I wanted to do bingo and I wanted to play bingo for $100. They wouldn't let me here. So call 562-6666 and next month and then say, Eileen, we would like to have a bingo game too. I mean, it would be afterwards. We could do it afterwards. Or we could, don't look at me, but or we could do 2 games for 50 a piece, or we could do 4 games for 25, like that. And it would be so fun to do bingo, like afterwards, just to relax, you'll have a beer. And
Okay. And
Well,
what are the,
our normal Love Thy Neighbor went to 2:30, so we could go from 1 or 2 to 2:30 and do the bingo.
but we had 80 people and we had, 20 guests, so, and as we build up, then we'll have to have, but we want to do, and I watched so many Zooms and every one of them that I watched was boring. And so I'm hoping that we put something together that it would be entertaining to you, and so that we, is this going to be something that we're going to be able to do in the future? We're committed to 3 right now, and we have to see, look at Richard Duran. He's a computer guy and he's got a thing behind him. We can help you, Richard, with Zoom, because he's got a light behind him that makes it bad, and his face is in the corner. And then you can't see his face. And Dot, we never see her face.
It's
I think
actually
she's
a window,
eating all
a
the time
window
and then
well.
not showing us because she's always putting stuff in there. So
there she is. All right.
And Richard, your mic may be a little too close to your mouth because it's a little staticky.
oh.
All right.
Thank you for telling me that. I'll tell me if this is better.
No, now you can't hear you.
I'll move it back. Can you hear me now?
I mean, it's still staticky. It's still, yeah.
And running around.
But Richard, don't worry about it because you're allowed 3 visits.
Oh, 3, but all right. Thank you.
All right. All right. Anybody have anything else they want to ask any of our services or anything to add that we should know about? Yes, Dot?
Oh,
We need to unmute Dot. Okay, Dot, you can talk.
I just wanted to say that when my husband was alive, Right at Home took care of him, and they went above and beyond. Coming to the hospital after the ambulance to take my car home, and just being there to help move him to a place when I was in the hospital and he had to have respite care for several weeks. They were here all the time worrying about every detail to take care of both him and take care of me. And I just have high recommendations for Right at Home. They're very caring.
Thank you. That's good
Wow.
to know.
Thanks, Doc.
Testimony's
Thank
always a
you.
good thing.
Good. Rick, did you have something to say? You were raising your hand.
I'm texting you, Eileen.
Okay.
Okay.
I just have a question.
Okay, Carol.
Richard was talking about a computer group that meets, I believe, and I didn't get the information on that, and I don't see it under the chat.
Hello, Miss Carol. I can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah, it must be way up in the chat by now. You'd have to save the file,
I
but,
looked in the chat window. I didn't see any contact there.
Tell her to call you.
oh, well,
Call
my phone
Eileen.
number is 414-873-9339, or you can send an email to rgdurand@yahoo.
Okay.
And if you want, I can take your number.
Well, let's not do it online because
Well,
this is.
I will contact you.
You can put it in the chat.
I just copied his email address.
All right, thank you. It's in the chat.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rick.
And
You're
if you
welcome.
need more help, Carol, you can call Love Thy Neighbor and we can get that information for you too.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anyone else?
Okay, right now I'm doing this from my laptop at home and it's working perfectly. Possibly the next time I won't be here, I'll be hospitalized. Can I do this from a smartphone if
Sure.
I'm up to, okay. And is there any special things I need to do? If I just click the link, would I be getting in from my smartphone, even in the hospital?
You'll have to install Zoom on your smartphone. But yes,
Okay.
if you install it on your, do that ahead of time and then just click the link and you'll go right in. Sure.
Thank you very much.
And I would test it before our time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to email me, Marie, I can always do a test run with you too.
Thank you so much.
That's the best part.
Okay. All right. And, oh yeah, Dot's got something else to say. Okay.
I have a problem that I've not been able to get help with. I have my Gmail on Firefox as my browser, and I cannot seem to Zoom on Firefox. I have to send the email to my husband, who is deceased, to his email because his email is under Google Chrome. So I have Gmail, but I don't have my Gmail under Google Chrome like he does. And it takes a long time because I have a real slow computer. It could take me 20 minutes just to do that. Just to boot up my side of the computer, boot up his side of the computer, and then get Gmail up, which takes forever, and then get Gmail up on his computer. And so I could be late for a lot of meetings like today because it just takes so long to do that simple little thing. And then I could get into Zoom on his, but I would like to get into Zoom under Firefox. So maybe this is a question for a computer expert.
Hello, Ms. Dot. I can't answer that right now and here, but we have a couple people, our Zoom hosts, who might be able to help you. So if you could send me an email, then I'll forward it to them and maybe they can answer you back.
Okay, and I might really need a Firefox expert rather than a Zoom expert because
they also know Firefox.
Good, yeah, because
All right, good
that's
connection.
the problem, I think, is Firefox. Oh, great, thanks.
Yep. Thank you, Richard and Dot. Anybody else?
Thanks for checking.
Okay.
Okay. You done? You gonna?
Want me to close?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna close. I'm gonna say something profound.
Oh, really?
Yes. Are you ready? A river does not drink its own water. A tree does not eat its own fruit. The sun doesn't shine on itself. Being happy is a good thing. Making someone else happy is even better. Remember, love thy neighbor loves you.
Thank you, everyone. See you next month.
Okay, absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks for
All
having
right.
me.
Everyone.